Fever made some unsurprising roster cuts.
This is the first cut.
Plenty of players have been waived.
It's official. The Indiana Fever just made a bold move that caught everyone off guard.
How tough it was going to be to make the roster. How a group of players were fighting for essentially one spot.
Big names have been cut.
The Indiana Fever having to make some cuts. Players that many expected to be possibly gone.
Some well-known players have just been let go.
Indiana Fever made with Caitlin Clark's presence on the court is undeniable.
Make no mistake, these major changes are all happening because of Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark is just so fun to watch. The difference that she brings to the game. This is an entertainer. She knows how to rev up the crowd. She puts on a show. And like Rebecca Lobo said, the Indiana Fever are just fun to watch.
The team is going all in on building around their once-in-a-generation star, Caitlin Clark. Players who once seemed secure are now being let go. The message is loud and clear. If your style doesn't match the fast, dynamic system built to support Clark, you're out.
It's a rough life in the WNBA where you get drafted, you have that moment, and then it's gone.
This isn't just a lineup change. It's the start of a whole new chapter for Indiana. The Fever are making bold moves that are shaking up the entire WNBA.
Cece, one word to describe today.
Only one word. Unreal.
If you're backing Caitlin Clark all the way, drop a 100% in the comments to show your support.
A championship is the clear stated goal.
The Indiana Fever just made a major move, and this isn't your typical mid-season roster tweak. This is a clear statement. The team is rebuilding from the ground up, and it all comes down to one driving force, Caitlin Clark.
I would say, just pushing the pace and just keep going, not settling for who we were playing with. We're just getting ready to play, those bigger opponents and to win a championship. So we just had our mind focused on what we wanted to do and just keep the pace and not worry about the score.
Caitlin Clark's impact is impossible to ignore. The franchise is now making bold moves to build a team that fits her game, plays to her strengths, and lays the foundation for lasting success. As part of this shift, the front office made some tough decisions, letting go of key players many fans assumed were untouchable.
Camp, it was assumed 5 players were competing for one spot.
This includes Alia Moore, whose athleticism and versatility had a lot of potential.
Caitlin Clark is just different from everyone else.
It's crazy how one player can implement a change so massive, and that is Caitlin Clark.
Whenever Caitlin Clark takes the floor, that maybe is different not only from any player in the WNBA, but from any player in basketball. The Indiana Fever are where they are because of Caitlin Clark. The WNBA is where it is because of Caitlin Clark. The Iowa situation is what it is because of Caitlin Clark.
Moore's role became less crucial as the Fever focused on improving floor spacing and speed. Along with her, Tammy Fab-Bell was also let go. Bentley, despite his solid international experience and presence in the post, didn't fit the fast-paced style the team is building around Clark's playmaking. The changes didn't end there, though. Maya Caldwell and Christy Wallace, who had provided depth on the wing and contributed at times last season, were also released as part of this major shakeup.
Everybody get an opportunity, and the cold reality of the WNBA is there just aren't that many teams and there aren't that many roster spots, which doesn't lead to said opportunity for too many.
These weren't easy decisions. These players have worked hard, given their all, and represented the franchise with pride. But the Fever's leadership understands one thing: settling for mediocrity is no longer an option. They're building a team that is all in on maximizing Caitlin Clark's incredible talents.
They're going to do what they think gives them the best chance to win and gives them the best roster going into the regular season, and everyone who's on the bench has to be able to be relied upon for minutes if needed.
This means surrounding Caitlin Clark with shooters, defenders, and smart players who can enhance her court vision and fast break game. Every change is carefully planned. Every move is about shaping the roster to help Clark perform at her highest level. And make no mistake, these decisions are sending a powerful message to the entire WNBA.
Indiana Fever made their first roster cuts of training camp Monday. Rookie Bree Hall, Jillian Elaine were waived by the team as it narrows down its opening day roster. Jillian Elaine, she's out.
Indiana is done with the rebuild. The future is now, and it's all about Caitlin Clark. The Fever are clearing the way for her to take charge, and every player who stays will be someone who matches her speed, style, and basketball IQ.
Hall would have had to really stand out in order to make the team. I just thought she had a chance if she could show she was a great defensive player just because they didn't have that specific player.
Let's be clear about why these cuts happened. Caitlin Clark has completely changed how the Indiana Fever operate, and every decision now focuses on maximizing her unique abilities. From the moment she stepped onto the court, it was obvious she wasn't just a talented rookie. She's a generational player. She controls the pace, draws defensive attention, and opens up the floor in ways few athletes can. The front office quickly realized that to unlock her full potential, they had to reshape the roster to fit her style, not the other way around. Clark's game revolves around speed, floor spacing, and precise passing. She excels when she's surrounded by players who can match her fast pace and stretch the defense, creating clean shots or open lanes for her to attack. This is why players like Jillian Allen and Bry Hall no longer fit in.
It's Michaela Timpson. My goodness, she looks like she has something, folks. She does. And I'm excited that she's part of the team.
While both had their strengths, neither showed the versatility or chemistry needed to thrive next to Clark. Bry Hall's defensive skills were recognized, but it wasn't enough to keep her in the plans.
Caitlin Clark breaking the record at $440 per average ticket to get into this game. That record was rebroken and increased to $670 per ticket. Couldn't help myself. Haters, read it and weep.
In the Fever's new system, defense alone wasn't enough. Bry Hall needed to prove she could fit into an offense that revolves around Clark, and she struggled to keep up with that pace. On the other hand, Michaela Timpson is the type of player the Fever now value, someone who can contribute both defensively and offensively in a way that complements Clark's game.
The team looked it great. Caitlin Clark looked like she's ready to go.
When Caitlin Clark arrives, she's going to be responsible for moving the ball more. She's going to be responsible for setting picks, dropping the ball off, making decisions. It's not just going to be dumping the ball down and you make a decision and we'll live with whatever you do. So
Honestly, I was really excited to just get out there and play, and especially getting to do it for the first time this season in front of these fans was really cool for myself. And just seeing the amount of people and young girls and young boys that stand there and scream for me to sign their stuff, I don't take that for granted. That's so cool. I would be lying to you if I thought that was just normal and everybody gets to do that. They don't. So I'm glad I can be a role model for them, and they have a great impact on me too.
Timpson didn't just impress with solid stats during camp and exhibitions. She showed she could truly complement Clark's game. Her timing on cuts, ability to knock down open shots, and quick defensive rotations made her a key piece. She fit perfectly into the system Indiana is building, one where quick decision-making, off-ball movement, and smart basketball play enhance Caitlin Clark's playmaking. The Fever saw that chemistry in action during scrimmages and made the call. They want more players like Timpson, players who can help elevate Clark's game.
The ball movement was great to see. Who didn't want to see that the ball snapping around and the unselfish play? I think it bodes very, very well for the ceiling of this team.
She broke her own damn record, hitting 36-foot-long three-pointers. She looked it sensational. This team looked it great. And I'm telling you right now, they just put the entire WNBA on notice.
She put on a show. The deep logo three, that further than the logo, really, that no one else is doing. The delicious dimes whenever Caitlin Clark takes the floor, that maybe is different not only from any player in the WNBA, but from any player in basketball.
It's not just about individual performance anymore. It's about building a team at the highest level. The Fever understand they have a rare opportunity with Caitlin Clark. With her ability to draw double teams, make perfect passes, and score from anywhere, they can create an offense that overwhelms opponents. But to bring that vision to life, they need shooters who can space the floor, bigs who can keep up in transition, and defenders who can switch quickly. Now, every roster spot is being evaluated with that in mind. The front office isn't wasting any time. They're letting go of anyone who doesn't fit the plan because they can't afford to waste a year of Clark's rookie contract. Make no mistake, Caitlin Clark is the driving force behind this entire rebuild.
Salary cap is structured. The Fever are most likely making 2 more cuts. Most likely, which I would say that the players that are in the most danger are Ejim, who was the other draft pick, and the latest draft pick, and also Jaylen Brown.
Caitlin Clark's skill set is pushing Indiana to think bigger, move faster, and make bold decisions. Cutting Allen and Hall is just the start. The Fever are fully committed to building a championship-caliber team around their superstar. That means creating a roster that matches the speed, versatility, and constant offensive pressure Clark brings to every possession. These roster cuts aren't just business moves. They're a clear message that Indiana is reshaping the franchise around Caitlin. With these bold changes, it's clear the Fever are all in on building around Clark.
So this is what an actual crowd looks like. Chloe Peterson put this up. That is a sold-out arena. 14,998 people. That's all it could hold. They all showed up in Caitlin Clark's college arena. Absolutely full capacity, folks. Full capacity on this thing.
The big question now is, what's next? The Fever aren't just making small changes. They're completely redefining the team's identity. This is a franchise that's been waiting for a star like Clark to build around, and they're not going to let this chance slip by. Every decision moving forward is part of a long-term plan to turn Indiana into a WNBA powerhouse. The shakeup we're seeing now is only the start of what's to come.
Bam.
I didn't plan to shoot that logo 3. I know coming into the game, everybody wanted me to shoot one from there. But Steph was like, was supposed to come out at the end of the third, so she's like, give a foul, give a foul, give a foul. And then it was 30 seconds on the clock, which like between 30 to 33, that's like your 2-for-1 range where you have to get one up. So I saw 30 as we're inbounding the ball, which probably is inbounding the ball at 30, probably a little low. But I was like, why not?
Next, more roster cuts are almost certain. Egypt and Jaylen Brown are still on the chopping block. While both have shown flashes of potential, just like Allen and Hall, they're under close scrutiny. The Fever's coaching staff is carefully assessing how each player fits with Clark during actual game situations. It's no longer just about raw talent. It's about chemistry, basketball IQ, and the ability to adapt. If Egypt or Brown can't prove they can make smart cuts, rotate quickly on defense, or hit open shots that Clark creates, they're likely on their way out. The Fever are showing no hesitation when it comes to making tough decisions. Additionally, they're keeping an eye on salary cap management and long-term flexibility.